Okay, concept is electronegativity. I write the definition. Electronegativity is tendency of an atom, or we'll say of an atom, to attract shared pair of electron, shared pair of electron towards itself in a covalent bond. Covalent bond is a bond formed by sharing of the electron. Because of electronegativity, there is a polarity. This leads to polarity in a molecule. This leads to polarity in a molecule. Right? Let's take one example. A carbon getting connected with or we'll take hydrogen and the chlorine. This is a bond, okay, which is formed by sharing of the electron. This is how we represent a covalent bond formed by sharing of the electron. We'll take a methane molecule. This is a hydrogen, and this is hydrogen. This is a bond, carbon and the hydrogen bond over here. We'll take more molecule like we'll take example of chlorine and the chlorine, right? So this leads to polarity in a molecule. This is an application, okay, of electronegativity. So this leads to a polarity in a molecule means what? See, this chlorine, it is a tendency, it is the nature of those elements to attract shared pair of electron towards itself. Like which are the electronegative elements? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These are the most electronegative elements of the periodic table. There is oxygen, sulfur, nitrogen. These are also electronegative element. They tend to pull the electron towards itself. So what the chlorine is going to do? Chlorine is going to pull the electron of the hydrogen towards itself, right? So this will have a partial negative charge and this will have partial positive charge because it is a partial pull. But over here there is no any electronegative element, or there is hardly any difference between the carbon and hydrogen with respect to electronegativity. So there is no pulling of the electron cloud will be uniformly distributed between a carbon and a hydrogen. So there is no polarity over here. But if you consider this is also electronegative, this is also electronegative, both are equally strong to pull the electron. So here also there is no polarity. So when there will be a polarity will be only present when there is a large difference in the electronegativity. So electronegativity is a relative concept, right? So we can take a sulfur dioxide, we'll take a sulfur, or a carbon dioxide, we'll take a water molecule, very simplest one. This is water molecule. This is partially negative, this is partially positive. What is the reason? The electron, these are the electrons of the oxygen and these are the electrons of the hydrogen towards it, right? So oxygen is pulling those electrons, and it is having the partial negative charge. This is what the polarity. Let's see some data and understand this better. So here is the data of the electronegativity on a Pauling scale. There are different scales to measure electronegativity. The Pauling scale, Mulliken scale, then there is Alfred-Rochet scale. So this is based on a Pauling scale. What you can see is that a fluorine, chlorine, bromine, and iodine and astatine, they are having some considerable value, 4, 3, 2.8, 2.5, 2.3. But these elements, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, these are the elements of the group 1. They have comparatively very less electronegative values. Means the elements which are there in group 1, group 2, they are not electronegative. They will not have the tendency to attract the electrons, okay? It is because of their bigger size. They are a very smaller size. The nucleus is very close to the and that's why they tend to pull the electrons, right? So you can see that fluorine is the highest, then chlorine, bromine, iodine, then it decreases down the group. But there is still someone who is oxygen, which is having more electronegativity than that of the chlorine, okay? So then there is a nitrogen, which is also having an equivalent electronegativity electronegativity like that of the chlorine. So these values are not to be by hearted. I'll tell you, this is just for your information to compare the electronegativities of this.